There's been some improvements in the analysis and formatting features in Excel. One of the things in the past that was cumbersome for users is if you were in the process of selecting multiple cells using a control click, if you accidentally selected a cell and you wanted to deselect it, you had to start that whole process over. So they have made an improvement that you can just deselect the one cell you accidentally selected and then continue on, and you don't have to start that process over. There's also a new feature with the ideas. It's an analysis feature that gives you ideas based on the data that's on your particular sheet, ways that you might present the data, ways you might analyze the data. There's a new Workbook Stats button, which is great for large workbooks. It allows you to see at a high level some of the summary information about that spreadsheet. And there's a Superscript Subscript icon that now can be added to your Quick Access toolbar. In the past, that was not something that you could add to the Quick Access toolbar, and so they've added that. So let's take a look at these features. So here we are back in Excel. So let's say there's a couple of names that we're wanting to select and highlight. So I'm going to collect this first one, Sierra. I'm holding my control key down, and then I'm going to grab a couple other names. And then I accidentally select Elisa. So rather than starting over, which is what I would have to do in the past, I can now deselect that person, and I can actually even continue down, and it lets me go backwards. And so then I can continue on without having to start that process over. Again, I'm still holding my control key down. It's still allowing me to select. I might be doing that for formatting reasons. I might also be doing it just to count up how many people I've got selected. So a variety of reasons. Could be a copy and paste issue. Quite a few reasons you might be doing that, but now you don't have to start that process over again. I'm just going to deselect over here. The ideas, I'm going to show you what this looks like. So I've got this table of data, and on the Home tab at the very right-hand side, you'll see that there's an Ideas button. And when I click that button, it's going to give me some ideas based on where I am in my spreadsheet. So it recognized that I was in a table, and so one of the ideas was to insert a chart. Another idea was to do a count by department. Another was to create a count with a chart, a pivot chart. So it gives me a few different things. You can see down here there's actually 9 different results, and it's just meant to give you an intuitive way to think about presenting your data and analyzing your data. Remember, sometimes it isn't about the final output of this data, but it's about analyzing data that maybe has been sent to you so that you can process that data as well. Then the Workbook Stats button. So we're going to go ahead and go to the Review tab for this one. You'll see Workbook Statistics right here. And when I click that button, I'm going to get a little window that pops up that just gives me some high-level information about this particular sheet and workbook. So it gives me my current sheet, and it gives me the span of data. So J30, and there's 120 cells, no tables, no formulas. And then in my workbook, it tells me, again, some additional information. So that can be helpful when you're trying to kind of get a lay of the land. This is especially helpful if someone sends you a spreadsheet and you're trying to process it, understand it. Then you just hit OK, and that window goes away. The Superscript and the Subscript. So accessing these from a formatting perspective, in the past, what you would need to do to create a superscript or subscript font, so we'll just do it on the word San Francisco, you would need to click on the font here, and then you would need to just check superscript or subscript. A lot of people that use the superscript and subscript often wanted to add it to their Quick Access toolbar up here. Your Quick Access toolbar in the past did not have access to those commands, so now you can actually find those commands under All Commands, and then you would go to Superscript and Subscript. So you can see here's Subscript, and you can add it, and then here is Superscript, and you can add that, and that allows you to then access it right here, which is much faster than having to click on the dialog box, then check the box, and so on. So those are a couple great improvements and enhancements in the analysis and formatting category.